if he's blamed for what people rightly blame me for, and if he puzzles the readers, and including me, it's the same way I puzzle me when I try to read it and get it, just exactly where does that word go, and not only how did I hear it, but what is it saying, which is always my concern when I'm reading. Well, Rumi suddenly started speaking to me, and he has to speak to an English translator. I ain't got no Persian. I'm not about to go get any. So imagine, and translators start speaking to me. That's even more of a mystery. This is Professor Arbery, and I've had Arbery's translations from Rumi for 10 years at least, I think it is. I think it's 1960. No, I guess there's 60. Well, something near 10 years. Okay. And so these now are open simply because Rumi's poetry went on forever. Rumi had had a teacher who then disappeared within a year, and he poured forth the rest of his life. He had been a professor before. Well, in Persia it was more like a rabbi. He had been a spiritual teacher, and he deserted his spiritual teachings and poured forth love poems to his teacher, and through the teacher to the universe, and you got a remarkable homoerotic Persian address to, after all the great difficulty about the Judeo-Christian religion. It has been somewhat observed they ain't got nothing but him up there. In the beginning of the Christian period, since they had a dove hanging around, lots of people in the Mideast kind of thought that that was her dove. It was, and they got roundly, roundly persecuted for so interpreting it. A lot of them thought, gee, when Christ got, at the point of the baptism, a dove hovered, that must be now Astarte's in it for sure. Ishtar's there, and if he had a virgin mother, she must really be that she that all the Midwest and Mideast knew, and it took them about 3 or 4 centuries of rudely interrupting people's lives, mainly terminating them, for this particular heresy to disappear. Well, so in our happy Persia, there is a certain amount of humor in this dimension. Finally, you will see toward the end, Mother comes into it, of all things. She comes in a rather nice way. It's not the one you met, and my mother would be a falconess. I don't contradict myself. I'm simply multiphasic, if you know what a multiphasic test is. I grew up along with the multiphasic test, and I'm probably one of the many reasons they developed the multiphasic test. Somebody who constantly comes up a different way when you just thought you had them pinned down. Okay, now we'll go into circulations of the song. If I do not know where he is the very place of my not knowing. If I do not know who he is the very person of my not knowing. His is the shining forth I know not. My heart leaps forward, past knowing. Would I prune back the overgrowth of yearning, free today from the shadows of what has been, cut away the dead love wood? It is as if Christ rood never perished. It is as if the God at Delphi still returned. Even now new shoots are returning toward Shrovetide, fresh, tender. In the fullness of summer, they too will be rampant. 1,000 roots of feeling tamper the ground for this abundance, this spring water. 10,000 leaves of this green work in the free flow of the sun's light. Do you think I do not know what the curse of darkness means, the power and confusion? Do you think I do not remember the tyranny of established religions, the would-be annihilating cloud of lies, and the despairing solar malevolence that is rumored to lie back of these, the madness of kings? But now, in thought of him, the Lord of night stirs with verges of a radiance that is in truth dark. Darkening glances, love seeks in love. Eros Oberon, whose palace is night. Did I tell you, as I meant to, he is all about me? It is as if night itself meant to cherish me. The body of this thought must be a star. This mind is that fathomless darkness racing out beyond itself, time pouring beyond time, in the cast of whose scattered sparklings, seed drift of suns, I am all water, I reflect passages of what is moving as I catch it, the shadow of the expanding depth, the glance fugitive and sparkling of but one among a million presences. In this world without kings, secretly everywhere kings are preparing. See, a single leaf the chance light enhances, commands my regard. I am in the realm of this attention, subject. See, over there, as if hidden, another leaf, in obscurity, from the depths of its darkness, sets up rule over my seeing. All the mass of foliage are members now of this courtesy, courting. I shall derive where I am a court from this courtesy. How happy I am in your care, my old companion of the way. The long awaiting, the sometimes bitter hope have sweetened in these years of the faith you keep. How completely I said yes when it came to me, and continue. Each morning awakening you set free, another day for me. How has your face aged over these years to keep company with mine? Ever anew as I awakened, endearing, each night in the exchange of touch and speech blessing, prepared throughout for rest. Is it not as if he were almost here, as if we were already at rest? The rest is an artesian well, an underground fountain. The level of the water is so close, upwelling in every season, rising through me, the circuit Jalal al-Din Rumi, in which at last I come to read you, you come to be read by me, releasing freshets of feeling anew I come from. But if you are the lover, how entirely you are me, he, how entirely he is here, he commands me. A blazing star regent in the southern hemisphere shines in my thought in the north, and I go forth to find rumors of him. I am like a line cast out into a melodic unfolding beyond itself, a mind hovering ecstatic above a mouth in which the heart rises, pouring itself into liquid and fiery speech for the sake of a rhyme not yet arrived, containing again and again resonant arrivals. Foam al-Hot, guardian splendor of the other sky, in reflection, my mind is crowded with splendors. Are you my soul, my lover, my redeemer? Oh no, my soul rushes forward to you, and in the rushing is entirely given me anew. The veil of speech I meant to be so frail, I meant to be transparent that the light, were you to read there, would reveal me, throughout waiting, throughout about to be naked, throughout trembling, has become a net, wrapping you round about in my words until I cannot see you. Now I would tear speech away. I want you to find me out with none of my leads in the way. I want you to seek my being ready in your own way. Because he was there where deep drunk I yet remembered him, because he was ever in the lure of the moment awaiting me, because his are the eyes of my seeing you, yours was the mouth of the wish the tongue of my speech sought, that may never actually have been yours, was the sweet jet from sleep's loins night stirred to arousal, in the seed of the hour I came upon, for the glorious tree of that long ago acknowledged need bursts into a like sweet abundance of leaves, as if from utter being risings of odors and savorings, feeding full the inner song in me. Have we lived together so long, the confluent streams of each his own life, into one lifetime hours flowing, that I do not yet ever know the first pang, the confused, joyous rush of coming to myself in you, the leap at the brink of being, left alone, the solitary ongoing before you? I am ever before you. Even in the habit of our sweet marriage of minds, yet I am not so sure of finding you that I have no need for this reassurance, for the embrace of our two bodies, for the entwining of bodies, for the kiss even as the first kiss, for the memorial seal into silence, the lips bond, the joyous imprint and signature of our being together in the immortal ellipse. For how entirely mortal is the love I bear for you. I bring it forward into the full fragrant flare, the rosy effulgence of a perishing tree. As in Oz or fairyland, the fruits of that arbor are ever changing. All the flowering specters of my childhood and manhood come into and fade into that presence, perilous throughout, essential throughout. Apple, cherry, plum, deep purple as night and as sweet, quince and pear. We know they are there in each ring, each year they belong to the trees preparing. For how entirely a door has been flung open in me, how each season of the year a thief goes in and goes out, bearing transgressions of tastes and odors, traces of me lost, imprints of thee, stolen hours, stored among my secrets. Stand by me, you winged light and dark ascendant. Attend me here, falling. For I am falling out into that nature of me that includes the cosmos it believes in, as if it were the smallest thing, an all but invisible seed in the cloud of these seeds scattered, ever emerging from belief beyond belief. I shall never return into myself. That self passes out of eternity, incidental. He too seeks you out. He too dreams of coming to this fugitive morning, of finding his self in a time so personal, in this mere incident of my living, it is lost in our coming into it. Again, you have instructed me to let go, to hold to this falling, this letting myself go. I will succumb utterly, entirely to your intention. Contend with me, you demand. I am surrounded by winged confusions. He is everywhere, nowhere, now where I am. In every irreality there is promise, but there where I am not, he really is, in whose presence it is as if I had a new name. I am falling into an emptiness of me. Every horizon, a brink of this emptying, walls of who I am falling into me. How enormous to come into this need. Let us not speak then of full filling. In the wide universe emptying itself into me, through me, in the myriad of lights falling. Let us speak of this little area of light this lamp casts. Let us speak of what love there is. Let us speak of how these perishing things uphold me so that I fall into place. And I think of it. I didn't bring the Rumi. The Rumi is being written in the back of the Rumi. There is one more, but I'll leave you there. That's where we end. It's not about that last one. There is one more poem. Which one?